Okay, this is day 5 guided practice, A.4 DE and A.5 CD, systems of equations and inequalities. This is page 1. We're going to go through number 1 and 2, and then you'll try 3 and 4 on your own. Number 1, what is the solution to the system of equations shown above? So we're going to type this into Desmos, like almost everything we've done so far. Here's the first line, b equals 5a plus 7. And negative 3a plus 2b equals negative 7. Okay, and I was afraid, so let's just change these to x's and y's, and change b to y and a to x, and a to x and b to y. Okay, a good rule of thumb is that if you want to graph something over here on the right, then we need to be using x's and y's. And if you want to use your sliders, like when it says evaluate or equivalent or any of those words, we're going to use a's and b's. So since we want to graph this system, I'm going to go ahead and just change it to a's and b's. Right? And if you look, I have my system here. And remember, the solution to a system of equations is the intersection. All right, that's a key word for this. Intersection. All right, so we're going to look here at the intersection, and we see that the intersection is at negative 3, 8. Okay, so I had plugged in x was a and y was b. Okay, so for x to be negative 3, that's a negative 3, and b is negative 8. So the correct answer should be C. Okay. So we just typed this into Desmos. The most confusing part is just keeping track of which one was A and which one was B. But remember, the intersection for a system of equations is always where the solution is going to be. Okay, number 2. What is the number of solutions to the system? So if we have two lines that intersect at one point, and that is one solution. Okay, if we have two lines that are right on top of each other, they're the same line, they're equivalent lines, then we have all these points here that are solutions because they intersect everywhere. Okay, so that's an infinitely many solutions. And if we have two lines that never touch, then that is going to be 0 solutions. Okay, you could have a curve in a line like this, and they would touch twice. So that would be 2 solutions. It just depends on what kind of equations you have. But no matter what kind of equations, the solutions are always where they intersect, just like what we set up here for number 1. Intersection is a solution. So for the system, they touch nowhere, so there are no solutions. Okay. Really quickly, I'm going to give you some hints for number 3 and number 4. Number 4 here, it says click on a box to choose a coordinate. You must select all correct answers. So think about where the solution is to the system, and then select all of these that are true. Okay, that one should be pretty straightforward. And then for number 3 here, this is probably the hardest one on the page. It says if 3x plus 2y equals 12 and 2x plus 3y equals 5, what is the value of 5 parentheses x plus y? So what you need to do here is you need to do 2 things. First thing is you need to find your solution to that system. So plug it into Desmos, and you should get x equals and y equals. Okay? Then your next step is to find the value. Remember, we've talked for the last 4 days that finding the value means that you're going to take x, and you're going to plug it in, and you're going to take y, and you're going to plug it in, and you're going to get an answer here, and it should be a number. Okay? So for number 3 here, 2 steps. Solve the system, and then plug in x and y to find the value. Okay?